I should probably be playing while I talk. My bad, guys. Forgot what the buttons were for a second. Sorry. Oh, I wasn't recording.
What's up, everybody? This is Gizzymoto, and today we're gonna play some Super Bernie World. This is a video game that's based off of Bernie Sanders, obviously, and his campaign trail, I suppose. I don't know. Saw some things on the Steam store about it, which is where I got it. It's free to play. So let's hop right into it. I don't think it's the government's job to find healthcare for people. I think it's the individual's job to find healthcare.
Medicare for all will lower healthcare costs in this country by $450 billion a year and save the lives of 68,000 people who would otherwise have died.
You guys like that? Like that little vintage voice? Made that in Logic Pro. Took me like 3 hours to figure out how to do it. But anyway, guys, this is going to be a one-off, and what I like to do with one-offs is discuss game design. I already recorded this video before, but I ended up not recording my actual screenplay. So, yeah. Right. Okay, sorry, I had to get it full screen. I forgot to do that. This is also as full screen as it gets. Just ignore the... I'll cut out the bar at the bottom, which you guys probably won't be able to see. But, oh, you can run with Z. Before I recorded this one right now, I recorded one before that, but I wasn't recording the screen, as I literally just said. I didn't know you could run, and I heavily criticized the game for not being able to run. But anyway, if you look at the controls, how it's the arrows, JL to move, and then only X to jump. So I did criticize the game actually on, and was valid about it, is that you can't use you can't use WASD to move, first of all. That's a big deterrent. Not necessarily deterrent, but like, I guess just disappointment, in my opinion. And oh, my bad. I was gonna say something. It's very disappointing because of how simple the code behind it actually is to determine what key is being pressed whenever someone's playing a video game. Like, I code my video games in Unity, which is a free video game editor, and most indie developers also code in Unity because it's a good software. It's not overly complicated, but you can make great projects with it. Oh, you serious? Whatever. But for example, in Unity and C#, which is the coding language that Unity uses in order to make its games. Oh god, I'm just not paying attention because I'm talking to you guys. But we're here to look at a unique game and discuss the game development of it, the game design, the gaming development side of it. There we go. Not necessarily for the quality of my playing. But it's very disappointing because in Unity and C# specifically, to determine what a player is pressing, whatever. It's literally as simple as, I think it's input or player dot, ooh, I thought I was gonna die, get key down, which literally determines the key that is being pressed on the keyboard. So it's just a little disappointing to see whenever games don't have like multi-key support. Like usually it's always WASD, and then with that you can always use the arrows, unless the game has specifics for the like specific usages for the arrows later in the game and things like that. But like a platformer as simple as this, you should be able to use WASD to move around and jump, but you can't. It's like I get it whenever if you're playing like what's a new game? I guess Doom. If you're playing Doom that has like 32 key bindings, which is whenever you press a button, it does something in the game that's called a key binding. So like me moving the arrows is a key binding that moves my character. That's just what that means. But in simple games like these, it's disappointing to see the like, I guess, lack of not quality, but like flexibility, I suppose. That's not the right word I'm trying to go for, but I hope you guys know what I mean whenever I say that. Like, being able to press WASD while also using the arrows or whatever. And what if I wanted to press space to jump, or W to jump, or up to jump? No, I can only press X. That's like one of the few criticisms I have of this game. I only got to level 3, I mind you, whenever I was playing it, before I realized I wasn't recording. But with this, I'd like to... A few things I'd like to point out is I really like that the coins, in my opinion, they're votes, because they have a little check mark on them, and then you can see in the top right corner that it's like a little check, like on a ballot. I think you would check the name, I guess. I don't know. Surprisingly enough, I have yet to vote because of COVID-19. Haha. Only mail-in ballots now. But yeah, I like the animations are really smooth. Like the coin animation right there, that's pretty good. The crouch animation, the difference between it is pretty good. And the walk cycle of the Koopas are pretty good. And the character sprite, like the difference between the skin, the come on, there we go. The difference between each model, I guess. Ooh, forgot that you could run with Z. Okay, so one thing that I do want to point out is that the thing at the top that says World 1, Louisiana, the score, and then the coins counter, that's what I've learned to call as an overlay, which is something that is laid on atop of the screen that the player sees. And in my opinion, it's poor design whenever a character or a playable character... Oh, that's cool. I never heard the quick time music or whatever. But in my opinion, it is poor design whenever a player is able to jump through, or a sprite is able to jump through and off screen. That, in my opinion, that's just poor design. But that's just me. Whenever I was learning how to make video games, I made a simple platformer. I guess as simple as this, but it didn't look as good because my specialty is not art, unfortunately. I mean, it's not like, I don't know, I go back and forth on how good I am at art, but I would never like be able to do it for like a living or whatever. Ooh. Oh, okay. I can't get that. That's unfortunate. But like stuff like that. That's kind of poor game design on where you decided to put that, and that someone who is 2 blocks tall can't reach that easily. A little poor game design, but I like these. Like the lava animation is great. I think the coin animation is also phenomenal. How simple it is. And the fireball also looks pretty good. So it's not like there isn't anything good or bad about this game. It's just that and another thing with this, with the controls, is that like I would have loved to been able to press space to jump. Oh, space pauses the game apparently, which is nice, I suppose. But I would have loved to press like space to jump, because it's more natural. Like having to press X is just not natural, and you guys can visibly see me whenever I'm in a high stakes operation, I guess. I don't know. You can see me look down at the keyboard to try and figure out what button I'm pressing, because I don't want to die. And it's like, even though I'm pressing X to jump, my finger... Ooh. Like, that's a cool animation. My finger instinctively goes to the up arrow. Or WASD. Like, while my finger is not pressing X, my left hand is resting on WASD. But I'm excited to see the boss. I haven't seen him before. I saw in... Oh, shit, I only have 27 seconds. What? Oh, okay, I'm just gonna do that. I have no clue who that is. I know it's supposed to be a political person. Oh, he got put in jail. That's cool. Texas is complete. Oh, I defeated Ted Cruz. Okay. Okay. Very nice. The American people are tired of out-of-control spending, and they want Washington to get their act in order and stop spending money we don't have. Oh, gotta get mine.
The American people are tired of subsidizing multi-billionaires who own some of the largest and most profitable corporations in America.
I honestly don't know what my Bernie Sanders voice is. I know he doesn't sound like that. I just want an excuse to use my old-timey radio effect. But, oh, Pennsylvania, that's where I'm from. For now. Well, I'll explain that in another video. I'll explain that in my first vlog, probably. But I'm gonna take a little bit of a break here from playing the actual game to just sit and talk with you about some of the game design. So, I think that the game it's well made. The aesthetics, how it looks and everything is very, very nice. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna loosely play it while we talk, just so that it's not a excuse me, just so it's not a blank screen, or still screen, rather. Like, everything looks really nice. Like, the background looks nice. The skybox, which is what the background is called. Well, it's what the literal sky is called, is the skybox. Which in this one, I guess it's its own skybox, because you can see that the rate at which the sky moves and the buildings move are different, so that they're you can tell that they're separate layers, I guess. But like, everything's designed very nice. The graphics are genuinely really good. Like, I think they're really good. So in my opinion, I think that if I were to get the coding done behind this game, and whoever made this, assuming it's like 5 people, oh wow. Oh, did that say ice? I think that said ice. The bullet bill. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it says ice. That's funny. But where was I? Right. If I teamed up with the people of this, I think that the game could have been made very well. And honestly, like, sometimes the difference between just making... Oh, already done. Sometimes the difference between just making... Oh! Hammer Brothers, I guess. Not the only one with that, sorry. Sometimes the difference between making just an okay game and then making a great game can be how like the control could be as simple as the controls, and how not versatile but universal, how universal the controls are. Because some people might know the arrow keys to move, and most people will know the WASD to move and space to jump and all that kind of stuff. But I would say very few people know J and L to move, left and right, K to crouch, which you can't see me in this one because I'm small enough, and X to jump, and Z to run. But whatever, it's not my game, I didn't choose that, I wouldn't go about that route for movement, but great game overall, in my opinion. I really liked it. One more criticism that I have of it, though, is that there should be a crouch animation, or at least a crouch sprite, which is what a character is called. Like, the skin you put on it is called a sprite. You should at least have a sprite animation. I mean, not a sprite, you should at least have a sprite for the small guy crouching. That's about it for design-wise and looks. Whatever. But very good game. Like, I would love to collab with the people who made this and perhaps make like a very good game. I don't know. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like it. If you hated it, dislike it. But remember to subscribe. It really supports the channel. And as always, guys, I'll see you another time.
Hey guys, as I was quitting the game, I did notice that the only exit option is exit to title, and once you get to title, there is no, oh, okay, I got glitched a little bit. There's no selection to load your progress, so it's always start from the beginning, no matter how far you get. And I guess if you're designing the game in the style of how Mario 1 or Mario 3 was, then yeah, that's understandable, but I mean, it's not that hard to make a variable or something that stores where the player was when they last loaded the game. You just write that to a file, and I mean, whatever. I've criticized the game enough. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. I'm just saying that there could have been better ways to code it. But besides that, very aesthetically pleasing game. I loved it. You guys should go check it out. And that's about it. Thanks, guys.